Hi, Sue here from Mystic Matters. Thank you very much for joining me. If you've picked this video, you'll find out what you need to know. So I'm using the Mythic Tarot, and they're lovely cards based on Greek mythology. Okay, well, we're starting off here with a message of don't worry, because what we do when we're worried is we block off our intuition, we block off our guidance, and we just end up in a prison of our own making. So we've got things buzzing around, all these ideas and thoughts and negative beliefs buzzing around in our heads, and it basically paralyzes us. We can't move forward when we're in a state of worry. So it's trying to find some trust in the process. Sometimes this can be done through like a meditation or speaking to somebody that kind of understands the process, but anything to get the ideas out. Another good way is writing a list. Everything that worries you, just write everything down, however big, however small. Just write it all down in a list of all your worries, and then look at them all and decide, can I do anything about it, about this particular thing? And if you can, then do it, and then you can cross it off your list. If there's nothing you can do, then what is the point of worrying? It's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy. And so take that off your list as well, because we can drive ourselves crazy, worrying about things that might never happen and usually don't. So once you can get a handle on the worrying, you're going to have a feeling of peace and tranquility. You know your dreams are about to come to fruition. You know that all that worrying, there was no point to it, and it's kind of, isn't it lovely not to be worried about these things anymore? But it's like flies buzzing around a room, isn't it? You have to swat them off one at a time. You're going to get the opportunity of making changes. It's like, do I stay with what I have, or do I put my energies into something else? Now, where you are might feel quite comfortable, but is it really where you want to be long term? Is it somewhere that you can imagine yourself very happily being in 10 years' time? Or is it somewhere that you think, no? So it's a good idea to just do an internal check and say, well, I'm in this job now. Can I really see myself here in 5 years? Am I really happy with where it's progressing? Or do I think that I would want to be somewhere else? It can be to do with relationships. Do I see myself married to this person for the next 10 years? If not, there's time to reevaluate, time to see if that's some of the things that are worrying you. Write down all the things where you think that you're not on the same path or not in the same place, and then talk and see if these things can be resolved. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't, but ignoring them and just worrying about them is going to change your energy, and it's going to push people away anyway. So it's best out in the open, and then you know where you stand. You want to move in one direction, maybe they do want to move in the same direction, maybe they want to move in another direction, but at least you'll know. And when we know things, then we can act on them. But when we just worry about them, and then we build this, excuse me, we build this idea up in our heads of how it's going to be and what they're going to say, and or what, you know, if I ask for this at work, you know, and then you imagine how they're going to respond, and it might be completely different, but the worrying about it stops the action. And so it's it's really important to talk and then make decisions. Do I stay with this? Is this really where I want to be for the foreseeable future? Or do I need to make some changes? Do I need to go off in another direction? Because if you make those decisions to go off in another direction, there can actually be a lot of money and resources coming your way. It could be something in form of a pay rise. It could be a win of some sort. You might inherit something, but it will free up the energy to allow abundance into your life. And again, going back, that won't happen if you continue worrying about it, because you'll be just sabotaging yourself. With this money and resources coming your way, you're going to be able to build something really substantial, whether it be to do with business, to do with family, but you're going to be able to build something that will survive you. So the money and resources coming, that will help kind of springboard you into that. Don't tell too many people about your plans. Keep your own counsel. You're going to start to think in a new way, a new independent way of thought. But it is important to keep away from gossip and gossipy people, because they can get jealous when, especially, it comes after the card of achievement, and there are people that will get jealous of that and will try and get in the way. So do keep your own counsel and just let people know that need to know, who are part of your life or part of the project itself, because there is this new project. For some people, there could be a pregnancy, so the birth of a child, but this is about nurturing yourself and other people. So it's a birth of something. It could be birth of a project, a business that has to be nurtured very, 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 very young, and it needs to be grown. So there's a lot of new things coming up, new projects, so things that will nurture yourself and others. Could be something in maybe the caring professions as well. You know, that could be another option there. So as a quick recap, at the moment, you seem to be stuck in worry. It's blocking blocking everything. You're so busy worrying that actually you're not living, and you're all tied up. Your intuition's not talking to you, and you're like in a prison of your own making, all within your own head. If you can, as I said, write a list, or help get someone else to help talk through with you, to try and get rid of these worries by doing things about them if you can. And if there's nothing you can do, what's the point of worrying? It's a waste of time and energy. And it shows a lack of faith in what the universe can provide us. When it's, as I said, if you can get rid of the worry, then you can move forward. And it's like a lot of peace and tranquility. You know your dream's about to come to fruition, and you know where your heart lies. And then it's like, okay, well, do I really need to stay in this situation? Do I need to stay with this person? Do I need to stay in this job? Or are there better things out there for me? And as I said, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, because not everything is bad there, but it's like maybe it's a bit too comfortable, and you're not really growing in that situation. Once you've decided that, okay, let's move on, let's spread my wings a bit and fly, then money and resources will be coming your way. You'll be able to build something really substantial. It could be to do with family, it could also be to do with business, but something that will survive you. Be to create things, and the finance and the resources are going to be there for you for this achievement. Don't tell too many people about all your plans. These days of social media, so many times people put their whole lives out on the internet, and then everybody knows what they're doing when they're doing it, and there's can be quite a lot of negative energy that comes from that, and then people fall back into this worry: am I good enough? Can I do this? People think it's stupid. uh, there's lots of people who will burst your bubble if they can. So look for the people that are going to support you, people that are going to encourage you, even if your project isn't anything that they are interested in. They love and respect you enough to support you in it. Don't set yourself up as a target for people that, for whatever reasons, can only see the negative in everything. And when we worry, we tend to attract people that worry too. So it kind of reinforces that downward spiral. But there's new projects coming. As I said, maybe some of you will be getting pregnant. And some of you will be starting new businesses, new things that will nurture yourself as well as other people. But it's a really positive outcome if you can just let go of the worry. Okay. So I hope that helped. And thank you very much for joining me. And I hope to see you again. Bye.